In Indian country, the crime of sexual assault occurs whenever non-consensual sexual contact happens. This means that any sexual contact that occurs without a person's permission is sexual assault. Non-consensual is a legal term. In order for a woman to give permission to have sexual contact with another person, the woman must have the legal capacity to form consent to that sexual act. If a woman lacks that legal capacity to form consent and is subjected to sexual contact by another person, then that sexual contact is considered to be non-consensual under the law. Here are some examples of situations when a woman does not have the legal capacity to form consent. A woman who is intoxicated or who has passed out from alcohol or drugs does not have the legal capacity to form consent. In all of these examples, the women do not have the legal capacity to form consent because they lack the awareness of what is happening to them. Minors under the age of 18 may not have the legal capacity to consent to sexual contact of any kind. Be sure to check the age of consent in your statutes or codes to determine the laws of your jurisdiction. A woman may withdraw her consent from continued sexual contact at any time. To illustrate this point, a woman can begin to engage in consensual sexual activities, change her mind, and then communicate that she no longer wishes to engage in any further sexual activities with that partner. Any continued contact with the woman from the time she expressly withdraws her consent constitutes the crime of sexual assault. Consent must be given for each and every sexual activity and sexual partner. Just because consent was freely given in the past does not mean that the woman gives consent for continuing sexual contact. If a woman was married to a man in the past, or lived with him for a period of time, or perhaps even had children with him, the partner must still obtain her consent for any continuing sexual contact. Consent is not automatic because it was given in the past. Sexual assault means any non-consensual sexual contact accomplished by the use of force, the threat of force, by fraud, or by coercion. 2 key points to remember. A conviction for sexual assault may be secured if 1. There is sufficient evidence that sexual contact occurred, and 2. That the sexual contact was non-consensual. The 4 C's of consent: you must be competent, you must be conscious, you must be of a certain age. There can be no coercion, no use of force, no threat of force, and no fraud. Women are sacred. We have autonomy over our bodies. We decide when, where, how, and with whom we have sexual contact.